Grabbing objects is amazing, guys. You should try it sometimes. You know, the way objects just stick to your hands as if by magical force. It's truly something to behold. Now, grabbing is what makes us human, isn't it? With the power of our hands, we can do anything. So naturally, if we were to make the best VR game, we'd have to transfer this ability to the virtual world. So let's do just that. Let's create a VR grabbing system. I have spent such a long time trying to figure out a VR grabbing system, all culminating in a VR sandbox game I released called Dreams PS4. And you know, I wish I could say that it worked, but it doesn't. That VR grabbing system is not anywhere near as good as I want it to be. You know, I've thought about this problem for months, you know, years even, but in the end, I really had to give up. Now today, I return to this problem. Because I want to make the best VR game. Yes, the best. Now last video you saw me make a small proof of concept thingy. Now that's all well and good, but I cannot continue my work as long as this fundamental action is broken. So let's try to fix it, right? Yeah, that might seem easy, but I don't think you fully understand the issues I'm facing here. I work in Dreams, the fantastic PlayStation creation engine. You know, normally I have nothing but nice things to say about it, but its VR implementation, it's a bit lacking. Especially the control scheme, which is just... I mean, you use the trigger to walk, which instantly removes the most important button on this controller. And while Dreams does have its own built-in grabbing system, it's just a bit floaty and weird, and the worst part of it is, you can only use your dominant hand to grab. I mean, come on. No words, man, no words.
When you pick up an object in real life, it doesn't really matter what the orientation of your hand or the object is, does it? You'll figure it out. The best VR grabbing systems keep that exact thing in mind. Very high budget VR games like Half-Life Alyx or Horizon Call of the Mountain might do complex calculations to make your VR hand interact with the object in the exact way that makes sense, but really, that's just a visual thing. The best VR grabbing system from a cost-benefit standpoint is Job Simulator's one. Pick something up and it will keep its initial location and orientation. Your hand becomes invisible and you can manipulate the object however you want. This is all I really ask of Dreams, but boy, this engine does not wish to cooperate. Because of all the walls I ran into, the eventual system I made was one where the object teleports to your hand, already not what I want. But then snaps to a specific rotation, even less what I want. And then, to rub salt in the wound, because I use a teleport system, the object from its perspective doesn't experience velocity. And so if you try to throw an object, it will instead fall straight down when you let it go. Finally, to kick this dead horse some more, this setup makes it very annoying for creators to set up their own grabbable objects, since you need to specify for each object in 3D which side should be pointing where when grabbing it for both your left and right hand. Surely there's a better way to do this, right? Well, there actually might be. Fellow Dreams creator Tab Giles posted a video a while back showing a VR grab system I should be able to implement. So let's go for it, see if we can finally fix this. The logic is honestly genius. You just place the object in a hand tracker and then upon grabbing, make the object teleport to itself. Uh-oh. You don't get it? Well, let me demonstrate. A hand tracker normally always follows your hand, but now instead we make it follow your hand once you grab. If we place an object inside the tracker, it will function the exact same as my teleporter setup. The object will always be in the same location with the same rotation relative to your hand. But now comes the magic. If instead we teleport the object to the place it already is, the exact moment the hand tracker teleports to your hand, it looks from an outside view like the object stays in location, even though it moved relatively to the tracker. It's so simple, yet absolutely makes sense. This is 100% the way to do it.
It did not work. Dreams, sometimes?
I remained calm and assessed the issue. When I grabbed the object, it still teleported to my hand, despite me doing the exact same as what I saw in that earlier described video. This issue made no sense. It's like Dreams realized what I was up to and purposefully broke to deny me this victory. But I wouldn't give up, not this time. I figured out that if I delayed activation of the teleporter a frame behind activation of the hand tracker, I could get the logic to work. Beautiful. Then I tried to allow you to grab with your left hand as well. Instantly, a new roadblock. Same frame delay BS, but now with the switching of hands. So I eventually figured out that I can activate the hand switching, then frame delay activating the tracker, and then frame delay the teleporter. Insanity. So now it works? No. A new roadblock. Now everything bugs out when I hold the object with one hand and try to grab it with the other one. The ability to grab the object out of your other hand is absolutely crucial. Now I'm not snap teleporting the objects. When you pick up an object in an inconvenient orientation, you shouldn't have to set it down awkwardly to retry picking it up.
Okay, this problem is giving me absolute hell. Like, I know I could probably solve it if I didn't care about optimization so much, but I do care about optimization because, of course, I want to have as many grabbable objects in my games as possible. And every gadget I add now will, well, multiply by like 100 or 200 depending on the amount of objects in the game.
I lost count of the amount of solutions I tried. I wish I could describe everything that went wrong, but I really can't. It's too much and too complicated. I have thousands of hours of experience with Dreams, and generally, I feel like I can make anything. Of course, I need to troubleshoot and find workarounds sometimes, but I never feel like Dreams is fighting me. This, however, this is war. I started this VR grab journey 2.5 years ago, and every part of me intends to finish the fight. But time and time again, Dreams for some reason will have a gap in its logic exactly where it's most inconvenient. Eventually, I ran into a logic problem so messed up that it legit seemed like it would be impossible to get this new system to work. So close I was, so close. But then, just when I lost all hope, a thought came to me. Time seemed to slow as I connected 2 wires to the reset function of 2 timers. Instantly, it became clear why I spent all this time chasing this dream of the perfect VR grab, because once it works, it feels so natural that you don't even think about the logic anymore. I had actually done it. Well, almost actually done it. Now came the second annoying phase, implementation. In Dreams I've made a public VR sandbox template, mainly aimed at climbing and physical interaction. I of course wanted to upgrade its crappy grab system with a new one. But really, the hard part was over at this point. It isn't fun to incorporate new logic into old logic, but at this point, I take anything over the endless cycle of workarounds I've faced working on grab systems. So long story short, bugs, 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 bugs. Oh, how about that? It's actually finished and I released it. Whew, great.
So guys, if you want to make your own VR sandbox style games, well, now's the moment to do it. I'm honestly very excited that I was finally able to somewhat solve this problem. Though I still have to say somewhat, because unfortunately the system isn't perfect. The main issue that we have right now is those frame delays. They make it so you can't really catch falling and thrown objects, which is very annoying. But at least I feel like we're now 80% of the way to the real solution instead of the 20% that we were earlier. I also want to add the new VR grabbing system to my VR combat template, which is the one I used in my last video, you know, it's the one with all the weapon handling and stuff. But unfortunately, its logic is just so messy and complicated that I don't know if I'll be able to integrate this new system. But yeah, beside those minor gripes, I really do feel like I'll finally be able to make some of my dream VR games, which is awesome. If you want to follow along with my Dreams VR adventures, well, you can subscribe, right? Thank you for watching. I'll see you around.